Okay, I can tell you exactly how we met. He taught night school at the Chicago Academy of Art. I went to the day school, and I lived in the neighborhood right off of Michigan Avenue. And we just didn't go home after school. I mean, we stayed in a room, we did artwork somewhat, and we talked, and so forth and so on. And the night school kids came in with their instructor, and he was sitting in the office with a bunch of the kids that he was going to teach that were there early when I was leaving, and he was playing a ukulele. And I saw him a couple of times, and he said something about, because I had, on occasion, done modeling in the schools, just sitting there. So I did that, and from there we just did, and then I saw him a couple of times, and we went to the same party that was at the school, and we saw each other there, and then pretty soon we would go out for coffee, and then, and there you go. Well, I was with him. I went to the doctor with him, and I thought, oh, he probably has gallbladder problem, and he's just going to go crazy if he has gallbladder problem, because he was not good at not being well. And when we went there, I was not ready to believe he had cancer. They said, well, we hate to tell you, but you have cancer. The doctor said, look, you're not a young man. You've had a good life. We can do some things, but they're really not going to work, Ben. And it was morning, and I got up because they were coming, and I had to get up and get going with dinner and stuff like that. And he was in bed, and I said, I'm going to go down. I'll bring you up breakfast. And I went down, came down, and got his breakfast. And I went upstairs, and he was dead. And I went, and I tried to wake him up, and he didn't wake up, and I thought, oh, dear Lord. They said, when do you want the funeral? And I said, in 3 days, like the olden days. But, and it was a lovely funeral. I will say I gave a great funeral for somebody. I hadn't even thought about it. It was beautiful weather, and we opened up the backyard and took out all the pictures. I thought, boy, I don't do very many right things, but that was good. But yeah, it's sad that people leave. Well, there are pluses. Remember, I never lived on my own. Right. I always had somebody all my life. I was under my mother's direction all my life until I got married. And then I had somebody else who told me how high to jump. And there's a freedom to being alone. An unbelievable freedom. An unbelievable freedom of living alone and doing it your way. I always will love him, but not actively. I mean, I don't say, oh God, I miss him. I don't miss him anymore. That part of my life, it's like going on. But I don't spend a lot of time on that. I don't spend a lot of time on any, but it just seems to be everything ends up to be a different chapter of your life. And you will find that. I mean, you've got two parents. Sooner or later you'll leave your parents. Right. Your brother left you. Right. Well, you don't get up every day and say, my God, I wish he were here. Right. Or even think about it. It's just he isn't here.